Okay, good morning all of you. In yesterday's video, I explained about sense organs. What are sense organs? Why particular organs of our body are considered as sense organs? What are the special type of cells called receptor cells present in it? Okay, and what are the different types of sense organs present in our body? What is stimulus? What is response? Okay, everything I explained. Today in this video I explain about a sense organ called eye. Sense organ called eye. In this video I explain about structure and function of eye. This is the sense organ which detects visual, this is also called as optic sense. Visual or optic sense. Eye is meant to identify the visual sense. Okay. There are a pair of eyes in our body. They are located in eye sockets. Eyes are located in eye sockets, and these eyes are protected from outside by eyelids, eyelids and eyebrows. How eyebrows protect the eyes means whenever you sweat and the sweat comes here and from here it directs like this. The sweat being a salt water, if it directly enters into our eye, it causes a burning sensation. Okay, to avoid that, the eyebrows divert the sweat. Instead of eyes, they divert to the sides, like that eyebrows. Eyelids, whenever the dust particles come, we close our eyelids. It protects. Eyelashes also protect, to prevent the entry of dust particles. Now, eyes are located in our skull. Our head is made of a strong bone called skull bone. In the skull bone, we have two depressions. These depressions are called as eye sockets. Most of the, nearly 75% of the eye is inside the eye sockets. Whatever the front portion of the eye we are seeing, that is only minimum, portion, that is up to 25%, less than 25% portion. And actual, if you see the eye is a spherical structure. It is spherical in structure, which is called as eyeball. Entire eye structure is called as eyeball, which is located in eye sockets of the located in eye sockets of the located in eye sockets of skull. Now, if you see the structure of eye, it basically consists of three layers in it. Just follow me. I am drawing the structure of eye now, like this. One layer. This is another layer, and here I grab different color to understand easily. outermost layer of eye is sclera or sclerotic layer. Sclerotic layer. Okay, this is tough layer, opaque layer. Opaque means which will not allow light to pass through it. You know that. Tough, opaque, and no supply of blood vessels. No blood supply, but required nutrients are provided by lymph. Okay, it is connected with the lymph vessels. This is outermost layer, which is called as sclera or sclerotic layer, which is very tough, opaque, without the supply of blood vessels. Okay, next, the red colored one, middle one, is called as choroid layer. Choroid layer. Okay, with blood supply. Choroid layer with blood supply, and the inner surface of the choroid layer is black or brown in color. Inner surface of choroid layer is black or brown in color to avoid the reflection of light inside the eye. To avoid the reflection of light inside the eye. Next, the innermost layer is called as retina. Innermost layer is called as retina. Okay, now the outermost layer is sclera. I told you it is opaque, but at the front portion of eye, the sclera shows bulged structure. There it is somewhat opaque in nature. Now that is called as cornea. The bulged portion of the bulged part of sclera at the front portion of the eye is called as cornea. This cornea is again covered by a transparent layer, which is called as conjunctiva. Cornea, okay, is covered by a transparent glossy layer called conjunctiva. Okay, next, in the sclera region, we can find here, otherwise we can say that in the sclera region we can find a colored round structure like this. In our eye we see like this, a central aperture like this, and we have a number of colored lines like this. Okay, now this is called iris, the colored portion of eye. Iris is formed by the sclera. This iris at its center place consists of small aperture. Okay, that is called as pupil. Color of the eye is determined by iris. Okay, this iris is made of both circular and radiating muscles. Circular muscles like this, radiating muscles like this. Okay, the circular muscles, when the circular muscle contract, the diameter of the pupil, this aperture decreases. When the radiating muscles contract, the diameter of the pupil increases. That means iris, okay, increases and decreases. The muscles in the iris helps in increasing and decreasing diameter of the pupil. Okay, with the help of that mechanism, okay, only required amount of eye can enter into our inside eye part. Okay, only required amount of light can enter into our eye part. Okay, if you go into the dark room, okay, automatically radiating muscles contract, thereby the size of the pupil increases, more amount of the light enter into the eye. Then we are able to see the things up to some extent. If we go under bright light, to avoid entry of unnecessary light, the circular muscles contract. When the circular muscles contract, automatically the diameter of the pupil decreases. Automatically excess amount of light is prevented. Okay, our excess amount of light cannot enter into the eye. Like that, iris and pupil helps in allowing required amount of light into eye. Next, into the choroid part, here next to the choroid layer we can find a transparent biconvex structure called lens. Transparent biconvex structure called lens. This lens is made of hard fiber, but which is elastic. Okay. The curvature of the length can increase and can decrease. Okay. The curvature, biconvex curvature can increase, can decrease. Like that, the lens is flexible lens. It is a flexible lens. This flexible lens held in position. In this particular position, this flexible lens is held in position by specialized muscles called suspensory ligaments. Suspensory ligaments. Suspensory ligaments are the muscular structures which hold the lens, biconvex lens in perfect position. Okay. Next, choroid layer. Next, retina. Retina. This is the actual sensory part of the eye. Sensory part of eye is retina. Sensory part of the eye is retina. Why it is called as sensory part means the so-called receptor cells. The so-called receptor cells which are present in the eye are completely present in this layer, retina layer. Otherwise, we can say that retina is made of receptor cells. Okay, retina is made of receptor cells. The receptor cells present in eye are called photoreceptors. Photo means light. The receptors which can receive light, that is why they are called as photoreceptors. There are two types of receptors. They are rods and cones. Rods are more in number, more in number than cones. Less in number. Rods help to identify objects under dim light. Under dim light. Rods are helpful to identify the objects under dim light, but rods cannot discriminate the colors. Cones can work under proper light means daytime cones are helpful to us. Nighttime rods are helpful to us. Daytime cones are helpful. Nighttime rods are helpful to us. Rods cannot discriminate the colors, but whereas cones can discriminate the colors, yellow, green, and like that. Now, these rods and cones secrete specialized pigments called rhodopsin and iodopsin. Rods secrete rhodopsin, a pigment, photosensitive pigment. Cones secrete iodopsin. These two are photosensitive pigments. Photosensitive pigments means they are sensitive to light. When light they expose to light, being their pigments, they are made of chemicals. The chemicals dissociate, again reforms. That causes a nerve impulse, means electric impulses in our body. Already in nervous system we have discussed, the information along our body passes through the nerve that information is in the form of small electrical impulse. Okay, that impulse is generated with the help of these photosensitive pigments. Okay, next, this entire part is called as eyeball. This eyeball is divided into two chambers by lens and suspensory ligaments. Suspensory ligament and lens divide the eyeball into two chambers. The first one, the front one, means the empty space which is present in between sclera and the biconvex lens is called as aqueous chamber. Aqueous chamber. It consists of a fluid material, transparent fluid material called aqueous humor. It helps in maintaining moisture on the surface of the eye. Okay. Next, this is called vitreous chamber. It consists of jelly-like fluid called vitreous humor. Jelly-like fluid called vitreous humor, and this helps to maintain the shape of the eye. This is about the two chambers. And when it comes to the retina, I told you retina is the sensory part of the eye, which is made of receptors. In a particular part of retina, there are more number of rods and cones. That area is called as yellow spot or fovea. Yellow spot or fovea. Okay. Next, the receptor cells which are present in the retina, all of the nerve fibers of all receptor cells combine and form a longer nerve that is called as optic nerve. Through which part of the eye the optic nerve passes out? This is optic nerve, this entire portion. In that area there are no rods and cones. No rods and cones. That is why that area is not useful for the vision. That is called as blind spot. Where more number of rods and cones are present, that area is called yellow spot. It is the maximum part, this area can receive maximum amount of light and helpful in visualizing things. Where there are no rods and cones, okay, that area is called as blind spot. That it is area of no vision. Where it is present means where the optic nerve fiber goes outside from the eye. Okay, optic nerve is formed by the nerve fibers of receptor cells. From right eye one optic nerve fiber, from left eye another optic nerve fiber, both of them combine and form optic nerve and connected to the brain. Okay, this is about the structure of eye and functioning of eye. Simple. Light rays through the conjunctiva, cornea, pupil focuses on lens. Being lens is the transparent one, lens focuses this light onto the retina in all directions equally. Being retina is made of photoreceptor cells. Retina is made of photoreceptor cells made of rods and cones. Those receptor cells receive light and generate the impulse, means information, and through the optic nerve send to the brain. Brain analyzes that information. When it goes to the brain, the image of the object is upside down. ఇప్పుడు మనం నిలబడి ఇలా ఉంటే బ్రెయిన్ లో మన ఇమేజ్ తలక్రిందులుగా పడుతుంది. But brain corrects that image and we are able to see that image. Okay, like this, light passes through the cornea, conjunctiva, through iris, that is pupil, and focuses on lens. Being lens is transparent one, lens focuses this light on all parts of retina. As retina is made of rods and cones receive that information and send electrical impulses to the brain. Brain analyzes that. First the image of the object is upside down. Brain corrects that image and then we are able to see this. Simple, very simple. Okay, this is about the structure and function of eye. Now, defects of eye, majorly. defects of eye. One is myopia. Second one, hypermetropia. Myopia. This is also called as nearsightedness. Nearsightedness. This is long-sightedness. Okay. Nearsightedness means the person is able to see the nearer objects, but farther objects he cannot see because of the weakening of suspensory ligaments. Okay, the lens actually, the suspensory ligaments, when they contract, the curvature of the when they push from both sides, the curvature of the, this is suppose curvature, this is curvature, this is curvature, the curvature of the lens decreases and focusing of light varies. Okay, when the curvature decreases and increases, then it can take the light properly. Because of weakening of suspensory ligaments, nearer objects he can see, but farther objects to see, the lens cannot adjust immediately. That is the problem. We can correct it by having the lens. Okay, spectacles. Hypermetropia. The person is able to see the longer objects, and if he wants to see the nearer one, the lens cannot adjust, okay, to receive the light. We can adjust. Next, another one is cataract. Cataract. Due to some pollution or due to age problem, the transparent lens will become opaque. The transparent lens becomes opaque. When the lens becomes opaque, automatically what happens? Light cannot pass, then we cannot see. At that time, surgically, the ophthalmologist, eye doctor, okay, remove this opaque lens and replace the opaque lens with the artificial transparent lens. That is cataract. Okay, these are the next, color blindness. This is the genetic disorder. The person is unable to discriminate the colors. That is called color blindness. The genetic disorder, because cones cannot discriminate the colors properly. Okay, genetic disorder, color blindness is the genetic disorder. Okay, this is about the eye and its structure and function. Next, hallucinations of the eye. Hallucinations means what? Which one? If nothing is there, we feel that something is there. That is called hallucination. Hallucination, when it happens, means when we try to see the objects very fastly, when we try to move the lens very fastly, okay, the lens movement and light penetration, light focusing, if they two of them do not correlate, the things will appear, okay, differently. In your state textbook, they have given some lines, okay, some pictures, diagrams regarding hallucination, and keep concentrate on that. You will come to know that how the lens adjusts when we slowly move our eyes, when we move fastly the eyes, okay, to different sides. Okay, thank you. This is all about structure and function of eye.